Hello, 4th grade, and welcome to the WebQuest Indiana Native American Indians. So when you first pull up the WebQuest, it's going to take you to this introduction page. And here we have a picture of Chief Tecumseh. And he is part of the Shawnee tribe, and he wants you to learn about his tribe in the neighboring Miami, Potawatomi, and Delaware tribes. So this page pretty much gives you an overview of what we will be doing, and it also shows the Common Core standard that we will be fulfilling. So you guys can read through that on your own. And so now we're going to go to the task page, which is right here in this navigation bar. The task page is going to give you an overview of the steps that we will be taking throughout the WebQuest. So we'll be looking at information about the lives of historic Native American Indians in Indiana during the time of early European exploration. So we'll be focusing on 4 groups mainly, and these are the steps we'll be taking. So step 1, we're going to read and take notes on information from 2 web pages that will be provided. Step 2, we're going to color a map for your poster of where the different Native American Indian tribes lived in Indiana. Step 3, we're going to create a Venn diagram for your poster comparing information about your 2 favorite Native American Indian groups. Step 4, we're going to create rough drafts for your research paper and poster. And finally, step 5, you're going to complete your final research paper and poster. So by the end of the WebQuest, you will have completed a research paper comparing and contrasting 2 different Native American tribes. So you'll pick 2 out of the 4, and then you're going to make a poster with visuals to go along with your research paper. So now we're going to go to the main portion of the WebQuest, which is the process page. And this is how I'm going to show you how to work through all of the steps so you hopefully don't have as many questions. So step 1, which is right here, we're going to take notes on the 4 Native American Indian groups, the Miami, Shawnee, Potawatomi, and Delaware. So there are 2 links that you can take these notes, and make sure you take very thorough notes because this is the most important part of the WebQuest, and that way you won't have to go back and take additional time out to take more notes. So the first link you're going to click is right here, and this is going to take you to this page. And pretty much it starts out with just the background information up here of the tribes, and all of this information you can take notes on and use in your paper. I encourage you to take background information. But the main part of this webquest is the 4 different tribes. So here are the major tribes in Indiana Territory. So the Miamis, this is one we are studying, the Delawares, the Shawnee, and the Potawatomis. So you're going to be focusing on those 4. And again, more background information, all of this stuff is important to include in your paper, but those are the 4 main tribes. So we're going to go back to the WebQuest, and then again we have another link for information. So when you click this link, it's going to take you here, and this is Historical Indians of Indiana. So again, it's going to give you the 4 tribes, the Miamis, the Potawatomis, the Kickapoos. We're just going to leave that out. So it is there, but just ignore it and skip to the Delawares, and then the Shawnees. And you can take notes on this information as well. So after this page, again, go back to the process page, and you have finally finished taking your notes. So now we're going to move on to step 2. So you're going to get out your crayons and get a map handout from me. So it's going to be a blank map that looks just like this without the colors and the names. And you're going to use this one as reference to color the 4 tribes you're studying. So you're going to be doing the Potawatomi, the Miami, the Delaware, and the Shawnee. You're also going to need a map key for this. So I gave you an example of a map key right here. So as you can see, the light purple is the Miami, the yellow is the Delaware, the green is Potawatomi, and so on. So you're going to have a map key that matches the colors you use. And you have freedom to use whatever colors you want. Just make sure you have those 4 tribes. And again, ask me if you have any questions. And this will be used on your final poster as a visual. So now that you've completed those 2 steps, we're going to make a Venn diagram. So this is where we're going to be using the notes that you took in the first step. So you will be using a website to create a Venn diagram to compare and contrast two different tribes. So out of the four, you're going to pick two. So you could pick like the Delaware and the Miami, whatever you want. So you're going to click this link, and it's going to take you to this page. So then you're going to choose a Venn diagram template. Since you're comparing two tribes, you're going to click to circle. It's going to take you here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to type in the title. So you can do Delaware versus Miami. Again, you can do whatever ones you want. Type your name in. Then it's going to do factor 1 and factor 2. So this one we're going to do one of the tribes, and this one we're going to do with the other tribe. And then, so you guys know how Venn diagrams work, but you're going to need 3 in each section for this part. So you're going to do like a difference 1, similarity 1, and difference 1. And again, you're going to have 3 similarities, 3 differences here, and 3 differences here. And at the end, we're going to print this out and use this on our poster. So after you're finished with the Venn diagram, you are going to go back to the process page. And again, make sure this is very thorough because this is a template for what your paper will look like. So your paper will be very easy to write if you follow those instructions. So finally, you are done with all the preparation and you have made it to step 4. So it's finally time to make your rough drafts. So you're going to open 2 new Word documents and save one as your name, Research Rough Draft. So that would be Miss Castle, Research Rough Draft, insert your name. You save the other as your name, Research Poster Rough Draft. And so Miss Castle _ Research Poster Rough Draft. And here, obviously for the poster, you can't create your poster on here, but you're going to need 3 visuals in addition to the map and the Venn diagram on your poster. So you will be finding those resources online and putting the 3 pictures on your research poster rough draft. And then for your paper rough draft, you're going to actually be writing the first draft of your paper. So your Venn diagram will help a lot, your notes will help a lot, and again, I will be here if you have any questions. So after those, you're going to print those off, you're going to ask me any questions you have, and then you're going to take it home and you're going to try to write your final paper. And you're going to come back into class and you're going to open probably the next day or within a couple of days. It's going to take us a little while to complete this whole web quest. So again, step 5, you've made it. All your rough drafts are done, and you're going to make your final research paper. So again, open a Word document, save it as Miss Castle, research final paper, or your name, and then you can type out your final ideas and print that off, and then you'll also be finishing your poster. So again, all of these steps go into a lot greater detail than I have, but I just wanted to walk you through the main ideas of this web quest. So next is the evaluation. Here it's going to give you the main details of what you should be having on your poster and in your paper. So this is what you'll be graded off of, so please look at this. It tells you how many points you will get for having what. So your paper, you're going to have an introduction, and a compare paragraph, a contrast paragraph, a conclusion, and then punctuation and grammar. So please, please, please look at these. They're very important. Again, for your poster, you'll be graded on your map, your Venn diagram, your 3 other visuals, and your content. So after looking at all of that, go to the conclusion page. So congratulations, at this point you'll have made it through the web quest, you'll have learned a lot about Native American Indians in Indiana, and you'll have chosen your 2 favorite tribes, become an expert, and you will have finished your paper and poster. There's also, if you want some more information about these tribes, I provided a YouTube video with some background information if you would like to take a look. So thank you, 4th grade. I hope you enjoy this web quest, and let me know if you have any questions.